All right, what's going on, guys? Let's talk about cardio and fat loss and whether or not you should be utilizing some sort of cardiovascular activity to lose fat or to burn fat. Now, I think when people think about losing fat and burning fat, they not only think about, maybe eating less or maybe eating a little bit better, but they think they need to do all sorts of cardio, whether that be running, HIIT training, or what's known as high intensity interval training. They think that they got to get on the elliptical and do this and that. So I think in a lot of people's minds, whether they're used to the fitness world or not, they have this idea that they need to be doing cardio, or at least when it comes to thinking about cardio, they think they already have some preconceived ideas about what cardio is, or what activities constitute or make up cardio. And so in this video, I kind of want to just talk about, should you do cardio to help you lose or burn fat? Now, the short answer is no. I do not think you need or should do intense cardio like running or high intensity interval training and other forms of cardio that kind of fall in those categories. I do not think you need to do those things in order to lose fat. There is a better, more sustainable way to go about doing it. At least this is my approach, and I think it works. And you don't have to live in the gym. You don't have to be doing something every single day to try and, burn off that extra fat. There's just a few simple things. I mean, you do have to, do something every day, live a healthy lifestyle, but I'm going to get into what those things are. It's so much more simple, so much more enjoyable, in my opinion, than trying to, or feeling like you have to do all sorts of, cardio and, this is kind of a topic for another video, but, drastically, cutting calories and, reducing the amount of food that you eat to the point where it's just miserable. And I think that that's where a lot of people are at, is they think they have to do these extreme forms of exercise and dieting in order to get to the body that they want. And that's just not true. You just have to do a few simple things. But before I get into what I think you need to do or should do, get into all of that, let's talk about at least two reasons why I think that cardio just probably isn't the best option for losing body weight or body fat. So the first reason has to do with the reality that if you do intense forms of cardio, you are inevitably going to increase your hunger, and you are inevitably going to most likely overeat. Now, if you overeat, you are making it harder on yourself to lose fat, because in order to lose weight, in order to lose fat, like it comes down to a numbers game. It comes down to a numbers game. If you want to lose weight, you have to eat less calories than your body burns. That is what it comes down to. And we'll kind of get into how that works here in a second. But you have to understand that if you're going to lose weight, if you're going to lose fat, you need to eat less calories than your body burns. There's no way around that. It really just comes down to a numbers game. Obviously, food quality matters and all of that as well. But the reality is you can eat the best kinds of foods and still gain fat. Yes, it's harder to eat a ton of high quality food, but the reality is that you can still do it and still not lose weight. And so you have to understand that you must eat less calories than your body burns. But I digress. Let's talk about this first point, is that cardio is going to increase your hunger. It's going to spike your hunger and spike your appetite, which is going to make it harder to eat in that calorie deficit that you need to eat in if you're going to lose weight. If you do high intensity interval training, if you go for this, crazy long run and these other forms of cardio, you are going to get hungry. And if you have to eat in a calorie deficit in order to lose weight, you're going to make it that much more difficult to eat in that deficit. Doing cardio will help you to burn calories, burn a little bit of extra calories, but there are other ways to go about doing that. That's not going to increase hunger and therefore make it harder to eat less calories than your body burns. See, cardio, it's good for cardiovascular health, improving heart health and all of that, but it's not good at burning fat. You burn fat because you eat less calories than your body burns. Cardio might help you to get into a calorie deficit, but it doesn't burn that many more calories, and there are other ways to burn extra calories without spiking your hunger and therefore making it harder to eat in a caloric deficit. So those are the two things about cardio that I think just don't make it worth it. The ROI, the return on investment, is not worth it in my opinion, because there are other ways to improve cardiovascular health other than intense cardio. And there are other ways that I'm going to explain here in a second that make it more enjoyable to eat in a calorie deficit and lose fat. So hopefully those couple points make sense about why I don't think cardio is worth it. So the first thing that I think you need to do instead, if you want to lose fat, is that you need to eat the right amount of calories for your body weight. You need to eat the right amount of calories to lose fat. So if you burn 2,500 calories a day, let's say, if you eat less than 2,500 calories a day, even if it's just a small, 200 calories below that, and you're eating 2,300 calories a day, you're going to lose fat. Now, 2,300 calories a day might be a slow rate, so maybe you go to 2,000 calories a day and eat in that 500 calorie deficit. You're going to lose about a pound of fat per week, or a pound of body weight each week, eating in a 500 calorie deficit. Because that's how fat loss works. That's how weight loss works. Eating less than your body burns each day. And you didn't have to do any cardio to get there. So that's the first thing. You have to eat the right amount of calories. The easiest way to do this is to take your body weight, multiply it by 15, and then subtract 500 calories off that number. That'll help you to burn about 1 pound of fat per week. After the first week or two, you might lose an initial, 3, 4, 5 pounds. But after that first week or two, you should be averaging about 1 pound of weight loss per week using that multiplication, because it really is just a numbers game. This is a starting point, but you want to aim to lose about a pound of fat per week. So you might need to adjust that. But this first point is that you just need to eat the right amount of calories, because it is a calories in, calories out game. Obviously focus on nutritious whole foods, but when it comes to the simple mathematics of it all, it is a numbers game for weight loss. So that's the first point. The second point, the second thing that I think you should do instead of cardio is to focus on lifting weights, lifting progressively heavier weights. Focus on getting stronger in the gym. Strength training improves cardiovascular health. This is known to be true. Even just lifting weights, getting stronger, building muscle is going to improve your cardio health as well as your cardiovascular health as well as your metabolic rate. Now, it's not going to be this crazy increase in your metabolism, but strength training does improve your metabolic rate, which means you're going to burn a little bit more calories by building muscle, by putting on muscle. You'll increase your metabolism a little bit and therefore burn a little bit more calories, and therefore you'll be able to, as you build more muscle, get a little bit bigger, you are going to be able to, increase your calories and eat a little bit more, enjoy a little bit more food. But the reality is that when you strength train, just a few times per week, 2 times, 3 times per week max, and you get stronger, you build muscle, you are going to have a little bit higher metabolism. You are going to improve your cardiovascular health this way. And you did it without even doing any cardio. And this improves, you can do this as you are losing fat as well. So not only can you get leaner through that calorie deficit, you're also going to be improving your body composition by putting on muscle, by building muscle. And so that's the second thing that I really think that you should focus on. The third thing that I really think that, is going to help with losing fat and, burning fat rather than doing intense cardio is to just stay active outside of the gym. Stay active outside of the gym. This doesn't mean you need to go running. Like I said, it doesn't mean you need to do high interval intensity training. Going on a walk, playing with your kids, mowing the yard, maybe taking a break from work and on your hour-long lunch or whatever, go for, a 15-30 minute walk, maybe while you eat your lunch, when a friend calls you, when a parent calls you or something like that. Rather than sitting down to talk to them, pick up the phone and start walking around, get a few more steps in. Walking is actually a great way to burn extra calories without increasing your hunger. And so you'll not only burn a moderate amount of calories as you walk, you're also going to not feel like you are so hungry to the point where you start overeating and binge eating. So walking is a great way to moderately burn a moderate amount of calories without spiking hunger, without increasing hunger. So even just, getting some extra steps in, playing with your kids, maybe it's playing a sport, maybe it's just finding a hobby that keeps you active, hiking, for me, like I said, that looks like playing with my kids on the weekends or at nights when I get home from work. My job does afford me and allow me to, stay active throughout the day, which is great, which is probably why my metabolism is a bit higher than the average dude. And I get to eat more calories, but, some days it feels like I have to eat more calories. But anyways, I digress. The point is find some activities that will keep you active outside of the gym that don't involve doing this intense amount of cardio. It's not necessary. And I hope that in this video you feel like what I hope you feel is that you don't need to feel like you should be doing all this extra work, all this extra cardio. Dial in your calories. Strength train a few times per week and focus on building muscle, and then just find some activities that you can do outside of the gym to stay active and burn a moderate amount of calories, increase your metabolism, but not increase your hunger, which will make it easier to eat the right amount of calories and not binge eat and not overeat. And if you do happen to, overeat, you do happen to screw up your diet, I do have a video for that. I think it's, I'll link to it in the description below, but it's something like, if you screw up your calories, what to do next or something like that. I'll link to it in the description below. But look, if you want help with this, I've got a free guide for you. I put this together. It's at adamfarrellfitness.com/jumpstart. And it's a free nutrition plan, a free workout routine, strength training routine. I put these ideas together for you to help you get started, to start dropping weight, to start leaning down, to start losing fat while you build muscle, while you build strength, and to improve your overall body composition. Again, that's just at adamfarrellfitness.com/jumpstart. Put your email address in. I will send that to you. Also link that in the description below for you. It's in the comments as well. But yeah, just, go through that for the next 30 days, next 4 weeks, and just see how your body responds. You don't have to do any extra cardio. You don't have to do high intensity interval training. You don't have to go, running. You should not feel like you have to do all this extra stuff to lose weight, to lose fat, and to improve, how you look and how you feel. You can lose fat simply by dialing in your nutrition and your calories, and eating the right amount of calories, strength training a few days per week, and then just staying active outside the gym, kind of like what I'm doing right now. I'm going on a nice walk in my backyard, recording this video for you guys, and I'm getting some extra steps in. Maybe I'll mow the yard later this weekend on a rest day. I've been playing with my kids all morning. It's super easy to stay active outside of work, outside of the gym, and just burn a little bit more calories, making it easier to hit your calorie target. So hopefully, I hope you found this video helpful. Again, go to adamfarrellfitness.com/jumpstart. I'll stop rambling, and I will see you guys in the next one.